Hi everybody, Dave Winder here, and here is what is coming up today on the Racer Report with head coach Chris Hatcher. The Racers moved to 2-1 with a big win over Missouri State. We'll have all the highlights, including the Walter Powell impact and the end of the half and the beginning of the third quarter sequence, how it changed the game, plus the drive, the game winner with under 3 minutes to go. We'll have a press conference comment from Powell, and we'll get you ready for week 4 as Murray State plays at Bowling Green this Saturday. And as usual, the best calls from the voice of the Racers, Neil Bradley. The Racer Report begins right now. And that will bring us to this week's Racer Report. Dave Winder, along with head coach Chris Hatcher, as the Racers got a big win against Missouri State. And that'll take us to this week's game. The Racers going on the road to Ohio to take on Bowling Green. And that's a 2:30 Central Time start up in Bowling Green, Ohio. We'll be looking forward to that game this week as the Racers hit the road. But here in Murray, Kentucky on Saturday night, it was the place to be at Stewart Stadium, Coach. The Racers pulled out a 41-38 win. And we'll break down that final drive a little bit, Coach, but congratulations. Big win for you all, and it must have been a fun Saturday night.
Thank you. It really was a fun Saturday night. Our guys competed well. We didn't play our best game, but we found a way to win. And I think that was the thing that pleased me the most, is this is the first time in 4 seasons that we did not play our best football, but at the end we made the plays when we needed to. We've come back and won some big games and whatnot, but we played a lot better throughout the first 3 quarters. You got to give credit to our players. They did a great job not holding their heads down. We were tired at the end of the game. Our defense was on the field a long time, but we made 2 fourth-down conversions there late in the fourth quarter, and that ended up being the difference in the ball game.
Okay, well, we're going to roll it here from a beautiful Saturday night at Roy Stewart Stadium as Chief Lyles led out the Racers there as they came out. Murray State 6-1 coming in all-time against Missouri State after their first meeting in 1982. And, Coach, when we go through this game here, you're going to see the opponent. They did a lot of good things, but you guys just seem to keep coming back.
Well, we did, and it didn't start good for us. We kicked the opening kickoff out of bounds, and that's something that we hadn't done much of. And they get a good drive going. Coach Thorell dials up a blitz. Perry Cooper gets great pressure on the quarterback, and Darren Yavi stops their first drive with an interception. So that was good to see. But we went 3 and out. And then we had to punt to these guys, and we get a good punt here by Stephen Mix. And
we had 6 punts, 41-3.
Yep, he did a nice job all night. We had a good job of protecting, but then they come right back, and again, it's we're having trouble stopping the run right at us. And they come down, and they had some good backs, and their quarterback was good, so they go up 7-0. And then we come right back out. We get a good gain here to Pokey Harris. Mikael Miller on the night was very efficient in his passing. We just couldn't really get into a whole lot of tempos. And here's a good throw out to Jamal Berry. Gets good blocking on the perimeter. And then we come back with a run up the middle. Again, we were getting tough yards. We couldn't ever really break the long one, but I was pleased with the way Berry and Brady played because they ran the ball extremely, extremely well all night. And to me, this is the play that got us going in the first half. A little what we call a charger route to Paul Harris. I think that's Paul. He from St. Louis. Paul Rice. Thinking of Pokey Harris, putting them together. Yeah. Paul made a nice catch, and now we're getting into our tempos. We had gone 3 and out, and boy, Walter Powell picks up some good blocks, and he is so hard to tackle, and that's the reason he is an All-America by plays like that.
Yeah, that was just an amazing play. I happened to be right at the point where he caught the ball. I was just past that, and we look at it here from the high camera, and then I think we got it from the end zone too, Coach. Just a tremendous individual play. When you get him in any kind of space, he could take it like this every play.
He's just so hard to bring down, and he's got great vision. Of course, those guys are doing a good job of blocking on the perimeter, but we come out and then we miss the extra point, And as the game went on, it was that point really mattered a whole bunch because it just threw us out of rhythm. So we're down 7-6 at this time, but I'm starting to feel a little bit better after that particular drive by our offense.
Yeah, how many of a game has been changed by that one little extra point? Now we're into the second quarter, 8:45 to go. What happened here, Coach? Somebody was running down, and I guess the ball touched them.
Yeah, we called for a fair catch, and Walter's just got to go in there and get that one, and just take it where it is. And we had that happen to us twice. We muffed 2 punts, and that's very disappointed. I'm the punt rush coach, and that doesn't excite me much. So they had a short field to work with, and they go down and score. Here, Mix does a good job of kicking the ball down, get good coverage, and now we're late in the second quarter, and they get a little bit of a drive going. I mean, there's only a couple less than 20 seconds to go in the game, and this ended up being the last play of the half. They go for it on 4th and goal. We come up with a huge stop. Brandon Wicks makes a big play there, and that gave us a lot of momentum going in at the half, Dave. Now we're only down 14-6, and they have moved the ball at will and kept the ball for most of the half. But we're feeling good because we didn't play our best ball, but we're still only 1 score down.
It was an interesting chess match there at the end of the half. Missouri State called timeout. Coach Hatcher called timeout, and then the Racers stopped them on the 4th down play. So we're at halftime now. Racers trailing, but we're coming back. Show you the second half here in just a moment on the Racer Report.
Like the thoroughbreds we are named for, racers are spirited and proud. We have the heart and will to succeed, to go farther, learn more, and embrace wisdom. We are champions who take our place in the Murray State tradition. We are racers.
Enough of this golf already.
How much of the golf?
Golf's stupid.
You're stupid.
Boys, settle down. At Time Warner Cable, any of these devices can be your TV at the click of a button. No one offers more sports on more devices than Time Warner Cable.
Why have you got a laptop?
I want the cell phone.
Give me that laptop.
Call 1-855-WANT-TWC and ask how you can save up to $600. Switch to a better entertainment experience, guaranteed. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
Roof Brothers, a Paducah tradition for 100 years. Roof Brothers, locally owned, family run. Roof Brothers, the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits found anywhere. Roof Brothers, service from selecting that special beverage for that special occasion to a keg party at the lake. Roof Brothers, 2 locations to serve you. Roof Brothers, proud supporters of Murray State Athletics.
We're back with head coach Chris Hatcher. We're going to roll the tape here and take a look at the third quarter. Missouri State leading 14-6 here at the half. And coach, they kicked it out of bounds. You made them re-kick. Good thing.
It really was. They paid the price. And look at this effort here by Walter Powell. He must have run 200 yards. We got some good blocking at the point of attack. Great block there by Brandon Hathaway, William Higginson getting down there. And that was the spark we needed. It really got us going, and we decided to go for 2. I believe that was a 98-yard kickoff return. We go for 2. It fails, and we'll talk about it later on, but actually that led to the touchdown pass, or we would have gone for the field goal to send it into overtime.
That's right. Now that 98-yard kick return tied the Murray State record. Then, so the Racers down 14-12. Murray State forces a punt. Powell makes the fair catch, 12:38 to go into third, and now you're driving again.
Well, we feel like we're taking control of the ball game, and here's a little sprint draw action. Dwayne Brady does a nice job, gets good blocks by Drew Kelly and Robert Olive, and now we're starting to establish a little bit of a running game. Good hard running by our backs. get a little screen pass out there to Walter Powell. We're only gaining 3 or 4 at a time. And then here on second down, we end up going to what we call 94 Z post. Excuse me, I'm sorry. We hit Janowski Davis 3rd and long.
It was third and 8 from the 48.
Yep, and hit him on the crossing route for his first career touchdown as a racer, and I sure was glad to see him do it because he's been playing very well.
Certainly has. Point after was good. Racers in front 19-14 with 10:43 to go in the third quarter. And, you know, Racer 1 was getting a workout, and we love that. Racer 1 had a good night as well. But then Missouri State comes back, 10 plays. They go, I think it was 77 yards. Scott with a 1-yard touchdown run. The point after was good. Bears back up 21-19.
Yeah, they kind of took the momentum back from us at that point, and you know, we really had the game in hand at that time. But our offense comes back again. Another little screen pass to Jamal Berry for a big play, and then you could see good blocking there. Kamali Matthews. That was a first down run that Jamal got, hard yards to get. So it kept the chains moving, and our defense was getting tired. They'd been out a long time. Good throw and catch to Walter for 4 yards. And now all of a sudden, this was a good play. This one I was talking about earlier. We throw the post up top, and Walter Powell just outruns them. You think he's down.
Can't bring him down.
And he has a nose for the end zone. And just a great throw. Great catch and an awesome, awesome run after the catch.
So the point after is good by Jordan Benton. Racers back in front, 26-21. Now let's go under a minute to go into third. Harris hits Boatwright for the pass to the Murray State 33. You forced a field goal here. That was big.
Well, at this point of the game, you know, anytime you can trade a field goal for a touchdown, that's big. And I thought our defense, until the end of the game when they were just worn out, did a good job of bending but not breaking. So they regained the lead, and
now we're into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we're starting to get a little tired. We're getting weary. We're not keeping our contain, and again they get a nice drive on us, and they come down and we lost contain again, and they punch it in. So now we're just in a seesaw contest, and it looks like whoever's going to have the ball last will win.
All I could say, it was just an outstanding college football game. Of course, being on the winning end is a lot better than the other way. The point after was good. Bears in front, 31-26, 11:50 to go in the game. And then the Racers, they traded punts back and forth. Now the Racers get the ball back here, Coach, with about 8 minutes to go.
Yep, and we had a good catch out there by Walter, and then we run the draw again. Dwayne Brady almost breaks it for a touchdown. And we get down here, and we run the outside zone for no gain, and we're having trouble getting it in. They're a big blitz team. We come out on the sprint out. McHale decides to keep it. So now we're fourth and goal from the 2. Third and goal from the 2, and we try to run it up the middle for no gain. So we decide to go for it, and we run we come out in our what we call our fire alarm formation. They had never seen it, so they call timeout. And now Coach Stewart, the chess match is beginning. So we change personnel. We go out there with our wing formation.
Now, did you have Benton over there on the side like he was going to come in and kick?
Yeah, we worked on that, and then all of a sudden we call our play called the Big Boy, which is it's a reverse option pass, and you can see it here. We hand it to Brady, pitches it to Rice.
1, 2, 3,
Rice
4.
options, and then Powell slips late, and there's about 10 different options on the play, and we practice it every day at that location on the field, and it worked to perfection.
So it's a handoff, then a reverse, and then a pitch,
and then a pass,
and it's perfect.
And we go out there, we get it. Now we need the 2-point conversion. We run a little reverse. You see the cameraman loses little old Morrow, who's only 5'6", and he jukes the man on the outside. So we're feeling good. We're up 3 now, Dave.
But then the Bears come back. They go 9 plays, 67 yards, so 2:55 to go. They punch it in, point after. Murray State's down 38-34, and then that will bring us to what we're going to see on the other side of the break, Coach, the game-winning drive. You don't want to miss it. We're coming back with more in the Race Report in just a moment.
Roof Brothers, a Paducah tradition for 100 years. Roof Brothers, locally owned, family run. Roof Brothers, the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits found anywhere. Roof Brothers, Service from selecting that special beverage for that special occasion to a keg party at the lake. Roof Brothers, 2 locations to serve you. Roof Brothers, proud supporters of Murray State Athletics.
Enough of this golf already.
How much of the golf?
I'm stupid.
You're stupid.
Boys, settle down. At Time Warner Cable, any of these devices can be your TV at the click of a button. No one offers more sports on more devices than Time Warner Cable.
Why have you got a laptop?
I want the cell phone.
Give me that laptop.
Call 1-855-WANT-TWC and ask how you can save up to $600. Switch to a better entertainment experience, guaranteed. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
I go because my friends are here.
I go because
It's so close.
I go
for the small class sizes.
I go
To get a better job.
I go because
I can take classes when it works for me.
I go because I can transfer my credits.
I go for some of Kentucky's most affordable tuition.
I go because it's crazy not to.
For all the right reasons. The Kentucky Community and Technical College System. Higher education begins here.
What are you guys doing? It's summer. Let's hit the beach. You need a Pepsi. Ooh. Let's have some fun. All right. Summertime is Pepsi time. You gotta work on that tan, bro.
All right, folks, we're back on the Racer Report with Coach Hatcher. Let's go ahead and roll the tape. 2:55 to go. The Bears have just scored. The Racers are down. The kickoff is a touchback, which just proved at the start of the third quarter when they kicked it out of bounds. That really hurt them because it gave Powell a return. On the first play of the drive, Miller is intercepted, but there was a flag back roughing the passer.
Yeah, we caught a break there, and that was big. As we well know, it extended the drive, gave us better field position, and we hadn't had many breaks since I've been here. You know, we've had some tough luck, and hopefully the tide's turning. We had plenty of time, and I thought the best thing we did here with this run is Coach Stewart was very patient in his play calling. We came out, we ran to our left, and then we come back and get a big run by Brady to our right. Great blocking on the perimeter.
Good job of getting out of bounds.
And, you know, we're using a lot of the clock. We got 3 timeouts. We're in no hurry, and a lot of times in this situation you feel like you got to throw it every time. Good throw here, good catch to Navarre Griffin for a first down. You know, I really wanted to score with no time left on the clock, and we've been running the zone, and McHale decides to keep it this time for another big gainer. We get down here, and then things started getting a little dicey. That was a second down throw for incompletion.
And then Barry got you 2 yards.
Yeah,
so
Barry
now
gets the first, and then we're trying on first down. We try to throw it to Walter on the Charger, which we hit earlier. And we come to 4th and 15, game on the line. And after a timeout, we called the hitch and go to Walter Powell. And just a magnificent throw, great protection, wonderful catch over the shoulder to let the Racers be victorious. And we overcame 2 fourth-down conversions in the fourth quarter. Just a great throw. And, you know, when you really break the film down, it looked like Walter may have pushed off a little bit, but actually his hand really never touched the guy. And Benton comes in and kicks a crucial extra point. We do a great job in our coverage. They actually try to flea flicker, throw back. We stopped it, and then John Thorell seals the deal with the interception there, and we take the knee. And I'm telling you, what a wonderful win, emotional win for our team at a very pivotal point in the season due to having to play 2 1A teams this season. That game was big for our overall record.
Certainly was. You take a look at the box score there. The Racers had a 20-point third quarter. They scored 35 points in the second half after just 6 in the first half. And the Racers had the ball only 18 minutes in the game. I think they ran 44 less plays and still won the game, Coach. But that just shows you got all these stats in football. Football's a stats game. but the one that really matters is the one on the scoreboard.
No doubt about it. And our guys competed hard. That we played a quality opponent. We talked about it all week, very even with us. But the big thing is we found a way to make one more play than they did. It was a great night to be a Racer.
It surely was. We're going to take another break here with Coach Hatcher. Come back and hear from Walter Powell next on the Racer Report.
I go because my friends are here.
I go because
It's so close.
I go
For the small class sizes.
I go.
To get a better job.
I go because
I can take classes when it works for me.
I go because I can transfer my credits.
I go for some of Kentucky's most affordable tuition.
I go because it's crazy not to.
For all the right reasons. The Kentucky Community and Technical College System. Higher education begins here.
Hey, ladies. Enjoying the film? Of course not. Because this is our movie! And Dr. Pepper 10 is our soda. It's only 10 manly calories, but with all 23 flavors of Dr. Pepper. It's what guys want, like this. Catchphrase. So you can keep the romantic comedies and lady drinks. We're good. Dr. Pepper 10, it's not for women!
10 seconds to go. Harper coming forward. Moves in top of the key. 6 seconds to go. The three.
Enough of this golf already.
I'm watching the golf. I'm stupid. You're stupid.
Boys, settle down. At Time Warner Cable, any of these devices can be your TV at the click of a button. No one offers more sports on more devices than Time Warner Cable.
Why have you got a laptop?
I want the cell phone.
Give me that laptop.
Call 1-855-WANT-TWC and ask how you can save up to $600. Switch to a better entertainment experience, guaranteed. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Racer Report with head coach Chris Hatcher. Coach will join us in just a moment, but first, a word from the man of the hour Saturday, Walter Powell, 306 all-purpose yards. It was an emotional time after the Racers' big victory on Saturday.
It was a lot of stuff going through my head, like, I hope he. I don't know, man. It was just spirit of moment right there, like, practicing on it all summer, all practice, all camp, and that fade ball finally paid off because, you know, the fade ball, 50-50 chance right there. And I just beat him on the coverage and made the touchdown.
You know, it's times like those, Coach, that makes me really glad that I do what I do. To get to see that, Walter, obviously still very emotional, and you mentioned it in your press conference. Special moment for a special group of guys and a special group of coaches when you get a big win like that.
It really was, and you know, I'm proud of the overall effort, and not the execution all the time, but the effort was great, and you know, it was just such a roller coaster game, and our guys, even though we didn't talk about it, you know, they knew it was a pivotal game, playing against another conference, the first game against an FCS opponent, knowing we play in two, quote, guarantee money games before we get into conference. They knew the magnitude of the ball game, and to be able to win it like we did with the big plays down the stretch in all three phases of the game made it that much more special. Hopefully it'll boost our confidence. When the guys came in on Sunday, they knew, a lot of them were watching film, knew they didn't play their very best, but again, we've been here before, and we've been sitting here going, boy, if we should have done this, could have done this, we would have won the game. Now we can teach after a win, and I'll assure you it is a lot easier teaching after a win than the alternative.
I agree with you there, Coach. So that'll take us to our next game. We're going to talk about the Bowling Green game in just a moment, but it's a 2:30 Central Time kick up in Bowling Green, and we'll let you know this week on GoRacers.com where you can see that online. I don't think it's on any regional TV, but we'll let you know this week on GoRacers.com. So our final break here with Coach Hatcher. We'll come back and wrap it up on the Racer Report in just a moment.
Enough of this golf already.
I'm watching the golf. I'm stupid. You're stupid.
Boys, settle down. At Time Warner Cable, Any of these devices can be your TV at the click of a button. No one offers more sports on more devices than Time Warner Cable.
Have you got a laptop?
I want the cell phone.
Give me that laptop.
Call 1-855-WANT-TWC and ask how you can save up to $600. Switch to a better entertainment experience, guaranteed. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
Roof Brothers, a Paducah tradition for 100 years. Roof Brothers, locally owned, family run. Roof Brothers, the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits found anywhere. Roof Brothers, service from selecting that special beverage for that special occasion to a keg party at the lake. Roof Brothers, 2 locations to serve you. Roof Brothers, proud supporters of Murray State Athletics.
Seconds to go. Harper coming forward. Moves in top of the key. 6 seconds to go. The 3.
We're back here to wrap it up as the Racers take off for Bowling Green, Ohio on Saturday, 2:30 Central Time kick. As the Racers have to play up a level again, second time this year. And Coach, Bowling Green played Indiana on Saturday. I think their only touchdown was on a block punt. Indiana kind of got rolling, 28 unanswered points towards the end of the game. What do you think about Bowling Green? You were telling me earlier in the season they had an outstanding team and you expect them to do big things this year.
Well, I do, and it's all relative. You know, they played a Big Ten opponent.
Mm-hmm.
They beat Tulsa really bad early in the year. They're 2-1 on the season. Again, they got 22 more scholarship players than we do. They play at a very high level. They're a really good football team. They have a chance to win the MAC conference, and that's a really good conference. So I said early in the year I thought they were as good as maybe Missouri. They're pretty close. So we got our work cut out, but again, we're going to focus on what we do the best. We're going to make corrections from this past ball game, go up to Ohio and play the very best that we're capable of playing.
Coach, congratulations.
Thank you, Dave.
That was a lot of fun on Saturday, and we hope that you'll be back with us next week on the Racer Report. And as you leave you today, here's the voice of the Racers, Neil Bradley, with his best calls. He had a good day, too.
2nd down and 4. Miller throws right side to Powell. Powell, short side of the field, has some room. He's across the 20, 15, 10. He's gone for the touchdown with 47 seconds to go. But he'll have a chance to do it completely over here. This kick will put Powell pretty much a little closer, about the 2. Brings it across the 10, far hash mark. He's across the 20, breaks a tackle, has some room across the 30, 35, 40 to the outside, turns on the Jets. 50, 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, gone, touchdown, no flags, and give him a chance to do it again. And Miller with it, in the pocket, good protection, throws down the middle, caught by Harness, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, goodbye, Jeremy Harness with a touchdown, and the Racers take the lead. Cale Miller has the ball, looks, throws the deep ball. He's got Powell in stride at the 20, 15, 10. He shoots him in, and he's going to score. How did he do that? 2 defenders about to bring him down. He shook both of them off and goes into the end zone for the touchdown. But now 4th and goal at the 4. Racers going for it. They hand it. They fake the reverse. They go right side. They got a man open. Touchdown! Fake the reverse. They throw into the end zone. It's a touchdown to Walter Powell. And the Racers take the lead, 32-31.
Hickory, dickory, dock. Let's run this off the clock. There's that formation once again. Look at him.
Oh, it looks like they have Jordan Morrow in there hid. This is going to be a run play to Morrow. He stretches left side and he scores! Trips left. They got to get a first down or a touchdown right here. Miller fakes left, throws into the end zone. Caught by Powell in the right corner of the end zone. Put 6 on the board. And the Racers take the lead with 23.8 seconds to go. It's 40-38.